Good afternoon, my dear students. Last class we have seen the chapter microorganism friend and foe. In that we have seen friendly microorganism which are useful for us. Today we will see harmful microorganisms which is causing harm to humans and other plants and other organisms in this world. Okay, so in this chapter we will see about harmful microorganisms. So as the name says, the microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, plants and animals. Such disease-causing microorganisms are known as pathogens. Okay, you can see the definition. What are pathogens? Pathogens are the microorganisms. There are different types of microorganisms are there around us. The microorganisms which can cause disease to animals or plants or even human beings, that is known as the pathogens. Okay, so some organism can spoil the food, cloth and leather. So you can see if you keep your food outside the fridge for 2 days, you can see some gray color covering on that are fungi. Like that, different types of microorganism we can see on our food if we are not preserving it properly, and it can, if we are consuming it, if we are eating that food, it can cause different types of diseases. Okay, so in cloth, if we are not keeping it dry, or if we are folding the wet clothes and keeping inside our cupboards, after a few days we can feel a foul smell. So this is because of the growth of microorganisms. Okay, in the leather chappals or leather shoes, if we are the wet shoes, if it is not dried properly, after a few days we can see some coating, a fungal coating. So these all are the microorganisms. So now we will see different types of microorganisms around us. So, as I said you, pathogens are the microorganisms which can cause disease to animals, plants or human beings. So, how it will reach in our body? Maybe through air that we breathe, through the water we drink and the food we eat. Okay, different ways are there. They can also transmitted by direct contact with the infected person or carried through an animal. So the microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water and food or physical contact are known as the communicable disease. So the disease which can get from one person to another person through either air, water or through food or physical contact, means if you are touching a person, if you are using others things, that disease can transmit from one person to another person. That type of disease known as the communicable disease. Examples are cholera, common cold, chickenpox and tuberculosis. Nowadays, what is the most communicable disease which we are seeing around us? Can you say? Coronavirus, right? COVID-19, it is a communicable disease. If we are touching a thing of infected person, or if anything, it is getting to our body from the infected person, any serum or any nasal something or anything, it can pass from that infected persons to next person. That's why we are wearing the mask and using sanitizer. By accidentally, if anything like from the mouth or during sneezing or coughing, anything came to next person, we can block it by using the mask and using the sanitizer. Okay, so the coronavirus is a communicable disease. Okay, so when a person suffering from common cold sneezes, the droplets, fine droplets of the moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. The viruses may enter the body of healthy persons while breathing. So you can see, and now usually when we are coming to school, when the students are in school, maybe in 2 months, at least 2 or 3 months, you will get a cold, common cold or fever. But nowadays you are sitting at home, that much you are not getting cold or fever. Why it is happening? Because we are sitting together in school, right? So if one student have any fever or cold, it is very easy to get to the next student, right? So that are communicable disease. Common cold, cholera, through the water, it will come from one person to another person. So there are different carriers. Maybe carriers are maybe small organism, insects like mosquito, maybe other carriers like water, then air, that all carriers we can see around us. Like animal carriers are some small insects seen around us. One of the important carrier is mosquito. So there are some insect and animals which act as carriers. Carriers which means which carry the disease from one person to another person. Okay, mosquito. The housefly is another carrier. Housefly, we should close our food items after cooking. We should close, otherwise if housefly is coming from one person to next person, it will sit in different places, right? Maybe microbes will be there, then it will sit on the food. Maybe if the food is open, it can sit on the food, right? Or any other person's body, right? So the disease, it is easy for the disease to transmit from one place to another. So the flies sit on the garbage and the animal excreta. Excreta means the waste, and the pathogens stick to their bodies. When these flies sit on uncovered food, they may transfer to the pathogen. Whoever eats this contaminated food is likely to get sick. So it is advisable to keep the food always covered. Okay, otherwise it is easy to get disease. Avoid consuming uncovered items of food. Another example of carrier is female Anopheles mosquito, which carries the parasite malaria. Maybe you have heard about malarial fever. No? This is caused by the mosquito Anopheles. Anopheles. Another mosquito is female Aedes aegypti. That is a mosquito. It is a carrier of virus for dengue. So two things we have to keep in mind. One mosquito is Anopheles mosquito, which is a carrier which will cause malaria. So suppose if a person have malarial fever, malaria, that mosquito will come and sit on that person and it will take the juice, means blood, and it will go to the another normal person, and it will inject this virus to the next person. So like that, malaria will transfer from one person to next person. Like that only dengue fever also. So if anyone nearby you have dengue fever, if any mosquitoes come, it have the chance for the transmission of this dengue fever. Okay, so these are the carrier which carry the disease from one person to another person. So all mosquitoes breed in water. You can see nearby your home, if any empty cans or vessels are there, that mosquitoes will breed there. Breed means it will lay the eggs on the water. That is known as a breeding. So we should take care. If any open empty pots are there nearby your home, make it up, upside down so that water will not hold in that. Okay, so anything, not only pots or any tires, empty tires, maybe we will not notice, but there is a chance that mosquito can breed in that, and it will cause the multiplication of mosquitoes, and it will lead to the this type of diseases. Okay, so we should take care to um, stop the transmission of the diseases by the carriers. Okay, now you can see the different types of diseases, human diseases caused by microorganisms. So in this picture you can see some common human diseases caused by microorganisms. So tuberculosis, measles, chickenpox, polio, it is caused by tuberculosis caused by bacteria, and measles, chickenpox, polio are caused by virus. So in this mode of transmission, all through the air. Okay, so how we can prevent it? We keep the patient in complete isolation. Keep the personal belonging of the patient away from those of others. Vaccination to be given at suitable age. Like this, we can prevent the disease. Then another, cholera typhoid. It is caused by bacteria. That is mode of transmission. How we are getting that is through the water. So how we can prevent it? We can maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. Then consume properly cooked food and boiled drinking water. And another way is vaccination. Then hepatitis A virus. It is transmitted through water. Then drink boiled drinking water and vaccination. Then last one, malaria. It is a protozoan. It is transmitted through mosquito. Use mosquitoes net and repellent. Spray next insecticide and control breeding of mosquitoes, but by not allowing water to collect in the surroundings. Like this, we can prevent the transmission of diseases. Okay. Now we will see disease causing microorganisms in animals. You can see, you have heard about one disease known as anthrax. For few years before, you have heard, I think. So several microorganisms not only cause disease in humans and plants, but also in other animals also. Okay, for example, anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease caused by a bacterium. Okay, that is a disease caused by bacterium. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by the virus. So anthrax is a disease caused by bacterium which can get to human beings. Okay. Now we will see disease causing microorganism in the case of plants. Several microorganisms cause disease in plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple and others. So if microorganisms are causing harm to the plants, what will happen? It will reduce its yield, production. Okay. So this will lead to diseases, and that much yield the farmers will not get. So that can be controlled by using different types of chemicals. So in this picture you can see different plant diseases like citrus canker which cause the citrus. Citrus means lemon. Okay, this is caused by microorganism, bacteria, and it is transmitted from one plant to another through air. Then rust of wheat, it is caused by fungi and it is transmitted through air and seed. And yellow vein mosaic of bindi, or that bindi is known as lady's finger, that is through the microorganism virus and it is transmitted through insects. So these are the some microorganisms, disease caused by microorganisms.